Hi, welcome back to Ottawa Experts. I'm your host, Barbara Balfour, and we're here talking about spring cleaning for your gut, autoimmunity, and increasing your energy. Ladies, we had a caller earlier this evening who wanted to know about the cost of some of the testing that you offer. So maybe, Darpan, we can start with you. What are some of the price points or options with
There's different packages, but for a basic live blood analysis, you're looking at $199 plus tax, and you would meet for a good hour.
Okay, and then what do you offer on top of that?
So if someone's looking for a overall full body adrenal, thyroid, weight loss package, which is a 12-week, it's $899 plus tax.
12 weeks, and so you would continuously test them, and then
they get it 2 times tested, and ongoing support, menu planning, any questions they might have. You know, I'm just a phone call away or email away.
Okay.
I customize according to what the needs of my client is.
Okay.
It's very what's the word? I'm lost. It's individualized for my client. It's very, very individualized.
Okay.
So not one person who, say, for example, wanted to lose or have the same issues is going to be on the same protocol as the other one because they're different.
Are these kinds of tests covered by any insurance providers?
Yes, if you have coverage for nutritionists, because I am a registered holistic nutritionist, you're able to cover a portion of it under your insurance plan under miscellaneous, alternative therapies, and nutritionist.
Okay, that's good news for a lot of our viewers. And what about yourself, Holly, in terms of the testing that you provide?
So I have there's an adrenal stress panel that I run that's going to be sent off to the States. I find a lot of the labs there are doing a little bit more detailed testing.
That's been my experience as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can have, there's 2 different panels that I run depending on what you want. You have the one that's strictly saliva or saliva and urine combined. Again, it's sent to the States, so unfortunately it's American dollars. They're not my labs. It is all I can do to kind of...
These days it's more unfortunate than other days,
But, you know, hopefully it gets better. So for the panel, it's $220 US.
Okay.
You can be part of one of my programs. So if you're part of the 90-day, it's $1,750 plus tax. If you're part of the 6-month, which is autoimmune protocol, more intensive, it's $3,000. You see me twice a month for an hour. The testing is not covered, but all of the other aspects are. So going through the results of your testing is covered. Going through a protocol, multiple protocols. So if you need to have 3, 4, 5 protocols because we've seen, you know, okay, you've got an inverted DHEA cortisol ratio versus, you know, having a spike at night, or maybe it's slowly going down, there's a spike midday, and then it goes, you need a different protocol depending, high cortisol, low cortisol. Each person, again, it's bio-individuality, so it's specific to you. And then we take into account other things. Is there, you know, metabolic chaos going on? Do we need to do a metabolic assessment? Have you done the stress test online, which is $150?
That's the test we were talking about earlier.
That's right, the one from UCLA, where you're getting your in-depth intake, you're getting the consultation, and you're getting the test, and you're getting a protocol for stress management and coping specific to you. I don't normally tend to throw in the nutrition aspect of it, but if it comes into play, I'm always like, here, take some of this with you because you need to know these recipes or these supportive therapies. And that includes supporting the systems that go with the adrenals, your liver, your kidneys, digestion.
And in terms of being covered by insurance providers?
No, I'm not, because it legally ties my hands too much to be able to give the full spectrum of what I know that I can offer.
Okay.
So I prefer not to accept insurance.
Okay. Okay. I want to talk about thyroid and adrenals and the gut and sort of the link between all 3. And Holly, you sent us an interesting graphic earlier. Maybe we can pull that up to kind of visualize the relationship between the 3. I've heard someone describe the relationship between the thyroid and the adrenals as 2 people carrying a log. And when one person starts to get tired and lets the log slip, the other person has to work double time. Tell us a little bit about what are adrenals, where are they, and what should we do with them?
I like to call them the baseball hats that sit on top of our kidneys.
Okay.
Because they're small glands. We have 2 of them, and they sit above the kidney. So they're like the little baseball cap. Now, if you look at the diagram, you've got your adrenals, you've got your gut function, and you've got your thyroid glands. And those are gears. And so with gears, when one turns, it turns the others.
Okay.
So if one is not turning right, or it's sticking and it's kind of
other one
off,
gets affected.
then this one's not messed, and this one's messed, and nothing's working in sync. Again, we have to support all of our systems. To support your liver, support your kidneys, support your gut health. So if you have an issue with your thyroid, it's throwing off your adrenals and it's throwing off your gut health. If you have an issue with your gut health, it's throwing off of your adrenals and it's throwing off your...
It's a
one
vicious
affects the...
cycle. It's a vicious
So
cycle.
if one is off, they are off. So it's not just a matter of coming in, let's fix your adrenals. No, whole package. I'm looking at your thyroid, I'm looking at your adrenals, I'm looking at your gut health. If we look at the health of all three of those, and work together with that and the systems that support them. Again, I mentioned liver because that is also key. Liver
digestive.
is like the general of your system. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, it really is the general.
Because
It regenerates.
It's a detoxify organ, and if it's toxic, there's no more space for it to take more toxicity out. So you need to really
Digestive
take
system.
care of your liver.
Yeah, if
And
your
that's
digestive
emotions
system's
as
releasing.
well.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you know,
yes.
big time emotions.
So how can we take care of our adrenals? If we have a stress-free existence, does that mean our adrenals are healthy?
Not necessarily. I mean, stress, again, like I said, food is a stressor, right? So
Okay.
nobody's going to eat perfect all of the time. We're just not. You know, you're going to go out, you're going to have a poutine. You know you shouldn't have dairy, but you're going to have it anyway.
You have ice cream. Yeah.
But
Dessert,
if you
for sure.
enjoyed it, and there are studies out there that show that if you eat something that is detrimental to your health, but you're happy and you're enjoying
It
it
doesn't
in a
affect you the same
social
way.
aspect of it, as opposed to sitting down and having the salad that you're hating and your friends are
Right.
having a joke and you're mad, this isn't serving you.
No.
Okay.
But this is not so bad.
Okay.
Because you've
That's
had a
great
happy
news.
state.
That's great
yeah,
news.
I'm not saying do it all the time, but it's the state that you're in as well, right? And that's, again, part of the study of, social genomics comes into play with all of that. So you want to make sure that you're not stressing your body with the food you eat. Toxic people, toxic
Toxic
workplace.
people, yes.
That's
rid of
huge. Get them
them.
out. At all costs, they have to go.
I mean, there are people that I
Family
spend...
members included.
Yes, right?
There are people you spend an afternoon with and you just feel light and happy after. And
And
then there are
sad.
people where
They
you just
drain
you
you
need
out.
to go lie down for an hour after that.
Yeah. I will go visit her after a session sometimes, and she's like, "Ooh, get out! Don't even come in. What is that?" And I'm like, "No, it was a really good session." She's like, "No, it wasn't." And I'm like, "Well, okay, I'll leave now." Can I take some of that with me when I go?
Because you absorb people's energy.
I
do.
do.
Yeah.
I do. And it's not because it was a bad session or because that person was a bad person, but they had a really bad day or a fight in their relationship or their divorce or something.
And it was
it just
beaming out.
transferred
Yeah.
to me, and I picked up and I've taken it on.
Especially if you're a sensitive person who's into energy work as well. You just kind of see it more and feel it more. So usually, even in shows, there's a lot of times, people will come across, you can feel their energy, and you'll see me when, I don't know if you do it, I actually step away.
I've seen you do it.
I
Yeah.
step away all the time. I'll be talking to someone, all of a sudden I feel this energy, I just step away.
Interesting.
I don't want them in my space because it just really disrupts my energy. So, yeah.
We have a few minutes before the end of the show. I want to talk quickly about thyroid. It's shockingly misdiagnosed.
It is.
A lot of conventional medical practitioners don't know a lot about thyroid. They're not taught a lot in medical school. I can speak from experience because it took me 7 years to get my thyroid disease diagnosis. What are some of the top concerns that you're seeing in your patients with thyroid issues?
A range.
Yeah.
It's too broad.
The range of what is considered normal in
Yes.
the testing.
Yes.
You know, hey, if you're between 0 and 220, you're great.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, bring that down.
Yeah.
This is where, and you know what, we need to be at optimal levels when it comes to hormones. We need to be at optimal levels when it comes to thyroid health.
And optimal is not necessarily normal, right?
No, it's not at all. This within range garbage is
does
just
not
that,
work.
it's garbage.
Yeah.
It does
And
not
if
work.
your practitioner, if your physician says, no, I don't want to test for all of those things, you find a new one. You are your own health advocate.
You have to be.
Take
Yeah.
charge. You have to, because the amount of people that come to me when I say, Hashimoto's, absolutely, go get tested, and they say, no, well, I can't. And
go to another
finally they
doctor.
find someone and they say, oh my gosh, 14 years I've suffered with this, with no diagnosis, or 5 years, or, and the simple things like get the fluoride out of your water. That's huge.
Yes,
And all of a
huge for
sudden,
thyroid.
they're reversing symptoms. the amount of people that come into my office and cry because all it took was one little change, someone to listen, someone to say, you're not crazy.
That's
It's
a
not
big
all
one.
in your head. No, it's not
That's
normal.
the big one. It's all in your
you're
head.
not
The
crazy,
self-doubt.
it's not-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That doesn't
Absolutely.
exist. Oh,
Not listening
till
to your
very
body.
recently they started talking about candida. Till now, candida didn't exist. What are you talking about? There's no word like
I've
candida.
had physicians call me and say, well, it's all in their head. I said, yeah, absolutely. HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, that's up here,
Gland.
adrenal axis.
Yep.
So some of that is in your head, but not in the cuckoo kind of way, in the I have symptoms that are very real and need to be dealt with kind of way.
Yeah.
So they need to be acknowledged. And I had posted on my website, here's some signs and things to look for. In that are things to be tested for. Take that, print it, bring it in and say, could you test for these, please? And find the one that will test for it.
Exactly. Because
You'll
you
get
have to
your
take charge
answers.
of health. Nobody else will. I have a lot of customers who will say, oh my gosh, I was telling my doctor about this, and they said, if you want to waste your money, go ahead. If you believe in it and it's working for you, go for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're nearing the end of our show, but before we say goodbye to our viewers, Holly, I know you have some workshops coming up that you wanted to talk about.
Yes, I am doing 3 separate workshops. So the first one is April the 29th, and then we have May 3rd and May 17th.
Okay.
The first one is learning how to do these things.
Great.
So you can have digestive tinctures. You can have anxiety, stress relieving tinctures. You can have that sugar craving tincture in your desk at work, which is fabulous. Yeah, absolutely. And then we're going to go into the second workshop, which shows you how to use them for digestion, also going into digestive health. And then the final one, we're going to cap it off with adrenals, how to just take care of your adrenals, adrenal health, how to recognize signs, and we're going to go from there. So it's 3 intense workshops that are coming up. You can find them on my website or give me a call.
And what website should people look up again?
Go to thewildcarrot.ca or hollywarnerhealth.ca.
And they can register online?
Yeah, you know what? Go to Eventbrite, go to Ottawa, like for region, Eventbrite, and just type in tincture. And what comes up is digestive tinctures and tonics. That's me.
Perfect. Okay.
There you go.
And Darpan, you're celebrating 20 years of business at your business in Manotick this June, and you've got some good events planned for that as well. You're opening up a cafe, a gluten-free cafe.
Right next to the Manotick Natural Market. So we're going to have on the go, instead of coffee, bone broth.
Okay, I love that.
Kombucha on tap. All the baked gluten-free goodies. Vegan meals to go. Just clean food. Homemade clean food.
Okay, and one more time, your giveaway, viewers need to email you at what address?
At darpan@totalnutritiondiva.com, and you'll be able to come see me, bring your supplements along. I can go through them and give you a quick 15-minute consult and see where you're at.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for joining us tonight. Wealth of information, and I wish we had more time to go into this and to taste some of the bread. But
We can still eat after.
Yeah, we can still eat after. Thanks again. Our viewers are lucky to benefit from your expertise tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a real pleasure. Join my colleague Moni Dujeshi at Ottawa Experts next week. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.